Hi, my name is Sira Boats with Boats Memory Method. I'm a dementia specialist and I'm also a daughter of dementia. And here at Boats Memory Method, we are bringing you hope on the dementia journey. And today, I want to unpack the 6 pillars of brain health. There's so much that we can do for ourselves on a day-to-day basis. Just the choices that we make from the moment we wake up, open our eyes till the moment we close our eyes. There are different things that we can do to maintain our brain health. So I'm going to make a series for you that discuss each of these components in depth. But today, let's just start to give us all an understanding and a high-level overview of what the 6 pillars of brain health is. Now, I leaned on the Cleveland Institute of Brain Health for this information, so you can check it out for yourself. Number 1 on this list is exercise. Now, don't tell me it's too hot outside and I'm not really a runner, or I didn't really ever get into an exercise program. There are many kinds of exercises, and when we talk about exercise, we're really talking about oxygenating your blood through movement. So through taking deeper breaths, getting more oxygen, rich blood to the brain, to the muscles, to all your tissue. This can be done seated in a chair. It can be done through overhead exercises. Anything above your shoulder height will increase your heart rate and increase the oxygenation to your blood. It does not have to be in one sitting. So if you have joint problems, breathing problems, reduced energy, movement problems, you can break exercise down. Optimally, we want you to move for 30 minutes a day and get that heart rate up. However, you can break that down to 5-minute increments. How about 5 minutes before breakfast, 5 minutes after breakfast, and you do that every meal? That right there gives you 30 minutes of movement. It can be, like I said, sitting in your chair, just kicking your legs up with music, swaying from side to side, maybe throwing in some punches. Get your heart rate up. And if we can try that 30 minutes a day, did you know that that's the number 1 way in which you can boost your brain health? It's the number 1 way and where we can support our new neurons, support the neuron activity, and that's through movement, one of the most researched strategies. And in my opinion, a very easy thing to incorporate into your day if you haven't already. Just walking to the post box counts. Walking your dog outside up and down the driveway, that counts. So think about the ways in which you can add movement to your day. So number 1, exercise. Number 2 is taking care of your medical health. You need to have a primary care physician that you visit that helps do regular checkups, monitor your medication, and make sure you're on the right track. If you cannot get to a physician, think about visiting physician groups. There are many wonderful visiting physician groups that will come to your home, to you and your loved ones, and see you in the comfort of your own home. These days, they can do blood work in your own home. They can look at urinalysis in your home. They can send x-rays and heart scan equipment to your home. So there's so many procedures that can be done in the comfort of your own home if you're unable to get to your physician and to get regular checkups done. When we're talking about maintaining your health, we're really thinking about some of those big things like diabetes. High blood sugar will prevent your cells from functioning well. So if you're not managing your blood sugar, your nerve cells and your brain cells will die. So staying on top of your blood sugar, eating the right foods, and then coming back to number 1, moving, will really help maintain your insulin levels. Now, there are exercises that I want to highlight for insulin levels, and that is going from sit to stand. So basically just standing up and sitting down. So, and I don't know if you can see, but just stand up and sit down. Stand up and sit down, and you want to stand up all the way. I'm just demonstrating quickly. But if you do, the study says, if you do 20 of these every 40 minutes, you're actually normalizing the blood sugar throughout your body. Now, I would recommend to really try to do this after each meal, and that will also help bringing your blood sugar levels down because you're pumping the largest muscles in your body. There's also research that shows that if you go for a walk after each meal, that will normalize your insulin and blood sugar levels. So some tips for managing your health conditions. So that was diabetes. Something else we think about is chronic heart diseases, making sure you take your medications, making sure you use your oxygen if you need to use oxygen, making sure you use your CPAP at night to support your breathing so that your oxygen levels do not drop too low. So there are several medical conditions that does put you at a higher risk for developing dementia, but if we manage our health well, then we can prevent the early onset of dementia. So number 1 was exercise, number 2 is your medical health, number 3 is sleep. I don't think any of us get enough and quality sleep. And what does enough sleep looks like? It is 7 to 9 hours per night. It is going through all the cycles of sleep so that your neurons can heal. First, your cells can heal. Your body heals when you sleep. So if we don't go through all the 3 sleep phases, then your cell health will be compromised. You make new cells when you sleep. You make new neurons when you sleep. And if you have healthier sleep patterns, then you're going to make better, more cells. Of course, as we age, we're not regenerating as many cells as we did when we were younger, but you're still making new cells. It's up to us if we're taking care of those cells or not. So sleep, very important, and we will in the future make a video on what does sleep habits and a sleep menu or a sleep routine looks like for you, and to make better choices around sleep. So watch for more videos on that. Then we're going to talk about mental health. I know when we look at different articles and we watch videos that a lot of the very intelligent people out there says that we need to stimulate our brain. We need to do novel activities, new things to create new pathways in the brain, which that's what builds the brain muscle. And yes, I think that's super important. And there's different things we can do to do novel activities. One thing that I started doing is brushing my teeth with my non-dominant hand while standing on one leg. Now, that's a novel activity. It's challenging your brain to coordinate with the different hand. It also challenges your balance. So that's a great way of challenging your brain, doing something novel, new. Learn a new language, download Duolingo, start learning a new language. There are different paper-based activities that you can indulge in to stimulate your brain. But what I do think we lose perspective on is relaxing our brain, having time for meditation and prayer and reflection, and just shutting our brain off. I think we live in a time that we are constantly overwhelmed and stimulated by the digital era. It's our computers, it's our phones, it is engagement on the phones, it is digital all around us. And I think we get brain fatigue just being immersed in all of that. So I do think it's important that we need to take a time out for our brain, where we are just soaking in stillness and refocusing on our values, and just get the time to take some deep breaths. Another pillar I want to touch on is hydration and antioxidants, so foods that you eat. Now, these are not foods that you're going to live off which you could if you wanted to, but it's more so foods that you want to include in your diet every day, giving your body an antioxidant boost, again, to flush out the toxins out of your cells, support cell health, and support those new cells that we talked about. So how do we keep those new cells healthy? How do we prevent the new cells that we make from dying? And we talked about exercise. We talked about maintaining your health, maintaining your wellness through maintaining your medical conditions. We talked about stimulating your brain, meditation, and now we're talking about the antioxidants and the hydration. And antioxidant-rich foods are some of the following: berries, your healthy nuts, your healthy oils such as fish oil, avocado oil, and your extra virgin oils, extra virgin olive oil, extra virgin coconut oil. And extra virgin is a very important term because it means that nothing was added to the oil. It's at its purest form and there's no chemicals in it because it's been so processed. So look for those healthy oils, and then you want to think along the lines of all those super greens, fresh, leafy type of foods such as broccoli and spinach and kale and collard greens, dark green rich foods. And then you want also to think about things like cacao, so 70% or more cacao, and caffeine. Coffee and teas, those are very rich in antioxidant and support your cell health. Last but not least, socialization. We are social beings. We thrive in community. So look for your village, look for your community, find that sweet spot where you feel valued, where you feel like you are bringing value, where you're contributing, and where you can thrive. Because in absence of that, we are isolated. In absence of that, we are at risk for decline and death because we are not in community. So reach out to your neighbor, reach out to your loved ones, reach out to that person that may be aging and not able to get out as much. And that is a summary of the 6 pillars of brain health, and we hope to bring you more detailed videos on each of those segments, so watch for those. And please follow along on our YouTube channel and check out our website where you can sign up for our free newsletter. I hope to see you soon.